Aberdeen play their latest Europa Conference League fixture against the Armenian champions Noah on Thursday at Pittodrie. Noah, I believe, are a team you know quite a bit about, Stefan, because I think Ferencvaros faced them in the Champions League qualifiers earlier in the season, didn't you?
Yes,
and
yes, we did.
I believe you won both legs, but by all accounts, it looked quite tight affairs both games.
Yeah, I mean it's a strange team, really. They're good at what they do. Obviously, there's a big difference between playing over there in Armenia. Yeah, I mean I think it was the end of July or the beginning of August we were playing over there, and it was 35 degrees, but it was like a storm on the pitch as well, something like I've never seen before. It was quite a strange setting, and a really difficult place to play. So obviously there's a big difference between going there with the travel and everything, and then playing them at home. But with that being said, we obviously won the first leg over there 2-1, and then came back to Hungary to play the second leg, and we went up 1-0 inside, I think, 1 minute. And then normally you'd think against these kind of teams that that's it, and we're Ferencvaros, we'll ease this one out and win 3-0, and that's that. But they were brave enough to try and get back into the game, and they kept on scoring. Whenever we went one goal up, they kept on scoring, and I think we went up 3 or 4 times in that game, ended up winning the game 4-3 at the end. But every time we went one goal up, we were like, surely this is it. But they just kept playing, and they played through us, and they were strong in the counters, and it just felt like every time they were in our box, they were dangerous, and that's, I think, because of the fact that they have a few individualists that on their day are very dangerous and can cause problems for teams like us, for teams like Aberdeen. So if you give them the feeling that there's something to get out of this game, they'll cause you problems. And also, when they're playing on this big stage, they also, they're not the biggest club. So for them, there isn't much to lose. So even though they go down 1-0, they'll play their way. They've been playing the whole time, and cause problem for a lot of teams. Where you, as a team, can make it difficult for them is if you're able to put 5, 6, 7, 8 passes together, get them running a little bit, get the ball away from their good players. And once you start, turning the play from one side to the other a few times, that's when the gaps start to open up in teams like this. And that's when you normally see the difference between a team from the Armenian league and a team like Aberdeen or ourselves.
In those 2 games, I think as well, that did you play sort of three at the back, 3-5-2 sort of formation?
As I recall, we played probably a 3-4-3 in Armenia and a 3-5-2 at home, as I recall it.
Right, because that's certainly Aberdeen have gone with 3 in the back in recent weeks, so it seems like it would be a good fit against Noah.
Yeah, I reckon it could be, because that most of the time will give you a 1-up advantage against their good offensive players. And they had a striker, at least when we played them, that was really good at, when they played the long balls, keeping it and just getting something out of nothing. And they also do have the kind of players that will just hit it from 40 yards out just to see what happens. And every now and then, it goes top bins and you're 1-0 down. And these are also the kind of teams that'll just try whatever, and it's very unorthodox, but sometimes it works. But I think if you can keep that 3 defenders and one center mid, for the rest defense at all times, and then get the fullbacks attacking, I think you'll have a good chance of breaking them down if the fullbacks really manage to challenge their defense.
Yeah, that's sometimes been, I don't know how much of Aberdeen you've seen this season, but sometimes that has been the problem where they're trying to break down these defences. But like you're saying there, it's just a case of being patient, and then that chance will hopefully come for them.
Yeah, and also, you know, a wing back can be a different type. There's the kind of winger type wing back, and then there's the kind of defender type wing back. And you know, when you have the wing backs that are a bit too defensive, at the end of the day, you end up playing with five defenders and maybe also a holding midfielder, and you're missing numbers up front. So I think it'll benefit Aberdeen a lot if they manage to push these fullbacks way up high when they're attacking.
You mentioned, Stefan, the way that Noah play. Were there any players specifically who you think could pose a danger to Aberdeen?
Well, I know one of the players they had, the Imran Omar is his name, and he has that kind of X factor to his game. I think when he plays, he also takes a lot of the set pieces and he just has a shot that's you know, when he hits it from far out, sometimes it just goes into the corner like, you know, out of nowhere. But it's also a player that, you know, when he's not on his day, it's a benefit for you as a team, because he won't work as hard as some other players with less offensive qualities might. But on his day, he's a very creative and very strong player, and sees those passes between the lines. So for me, he was one of the players that stood out. But there is mostly offensively, there is a few players that can cause troubles for any teams.